Well, President Cyril Ramaphosa is bestowing national orders this morning. It is the highest honors that the president bestows on those whose work and efforts stand out. eNCA Senior Reporter Aviwe Mtila is there and is about to give us more details on this particular event. I suppose quite an honor, Aviwe. Good morning to you, colleague. For those who will be receiving these honors from the president, what can you tell us in terms of who are some of them that will be receiving these national honors and what's expected today?
Well, Dumelo, we're seeing some of them trickle in already. The likes of Desiree Ellis, of course, Banyana coach there, who's done phenomenal job even in getting continental glory for Banyana, some of whom will be receiving those awards. Not only her, of course, we know 33 people today will be bestowed, I beg your pardon, 32 will be bestowed with that highest honor that president and, well, the country itself awards its citizens and also eminent foreign nationals. For example, we know the likes of Tracy Chapman and Peter Tosh will be some of those that will be receiving those awards for the roles that they played, we do understand, in apartheid South Africa. But just to get an insight on what we can expect from the arts, cultures and sports, I am joined by its Minister, Zizi Kodwa. Minister, thank you for joining us at eNCA. A number of people have done well in your sector, the likes of your Mfundi Mvundla. Maybe tell us who can we expect here?
Well, firstly, just to understand the national orders, all the recipients, 32 as you mentioned them, have played a very important role in terms of social cohesion and nation building, of course coming from different sectors. Sports, arts and culture plays an important role in social cohesion and building. As you know, we are constructing a new nation, which is founded on the ashes of the apartheid regime. And therefore the issues of sports has played an important special moments in the country to bring us together. That's why we're celebrating people like Siya Kolisi, Desiree, like you mentioned some of them. Because there were moments in the country where our spirits were down as a country. They united us through sport. It is those special occasions that we're honoring them as a country now. Also to inspire others that they can do more on behalf of the country. Because when we honor excellence, is to inspire others, including the recipients themselves, that they can do more.
And we've seen, especially in the female sports, them really being the flag bearers of sports in the country. Desiree Ellis leading the Banyana team to continental glory. We've seen good performances in cricket. We have the netballing World Cup here, but the complaint is often that they're not getting remunerated even close to what their male counterparts are. What will you do just to maybe bridge that gap as a minister?
It's quite regrettable that 29 years on, we're still discussing about equal work, equal pay. Because basically there are policies in this government. It's regrettable that when you talk about sport, there's still that discussion about not equal work, equal pay for women. For me, that is non-negotiable. What we must do is to professionalize women's sport. Whether you're talking about cricket, T20, whether you're talking about rugby, you're talking about football. And therefore it's important that as we do that, we must appreciate that 2023 is a women in sport. It's a year of women in sport. They've proven beyond reasonable doubt that they too, they can lift up the inspirations of the country and aspirations of the country. Today we're looking up to them to go to Cape Town Netball World Cup. We're going to Banyana in Australia and many other aspects. The T20 women in cricket, they've proven beyond reasonable. They don't need to prove beyond reasonable doubt, but we need to make sure that there is no longer a debate in the country about equal work, equal pay. For me, that is a non-negotiable.
And initially it was 35 recipients, but 3 have withdrawn, the likes of Dumandlovu, Freaky, Robinson and Mike Horn, all under your portfolio. Maybe give us more clarity on why they've withdrawn.
Well, it's important that we must appreciate for the integrity of the process. We have what is called Advisory Council of the awards. And therefore the Advisory Councils may decide and make nominations, and therefore they have got the right, based on whatever information is before them. I would think in this case, because of some of the submissions on objection that were made, they would have reconsidered their nomination. But it's up to the Advisory Council to give more details about it.
Okay, and then just maybe lastly, the importance of sports and arts and culture in such events, to be recognized in such events, and the flag-bearing part that they do for the country.
As you know that internationally, we're beginning to occupy important space. Hosting and bidding is part of our vision. And therefore it's important that we recognize our own as they continue to carry. Very soon, we're going to Australia, we're to Banyana Banyana. Very soon we're defending our World Championship in terms of rugby, and very soon we're in Cape Town, the Netball World Cup for the first time in the African continent. Once more, like 2020, we're hosting Olympic for the continent. These are special moments in South Africa. Brand South Africa, these are ambassadors of Brand South Africa. If you talk about Kolisi, talk about Desiree, talk about all sport people, including arts and culture, and therefore sport is beginning to occupy an important role in South Africa, let alone that sports, arts and culture are drivers of economy in many countries, and in this case, even our own country. When we talk about sports tourism, the economy of music, where we export some of the South African products such as Amapiano, we are beginning to really to showcase South Africa to the world.
And lastly, I must get your sentiments, Minister, just on Siya Kolisi, the injury, and it putting a doubt on him performing in the World Cup, playing there. Just your sentiments as a minister.
Well, we can only hope that it's not serious, and I think that all of us, we hope that the doctors and physios will do the best they can, because we think it's got a role to inspire once more so that we defend our world title. I think what has been reported, we hope he won't be serious to an extent that he won't be able to travel with the team. But of course, look, this is a team. It's not one man. But I think his role and his presence has played in 2019 a very important role. We hope that he will recover speedily.
All right, thank you very much, Minister. And of course, Siya Kolisi, captain of the Springboks, will be here, of course, flanked by the wife there as one of the recipients of the eNCA, that's the national order that will be bestowed by President Cyril Ramaphosa. Of course, we're expecting that to be underway at around 11 o'clock, Tumelo, and we'll be bringing it to you, of course, as it happens here on eNCA.
Well, thank you so much, Aviwe Mtila. Of course, we also equally were hearing the beautiful sounds of some of the school pupils at the venue singing for the crowds are really trickling in, but quite ambitious and intentional statements made by Minister Zizi, especially around equal pay. When you pose that question, colleague, around, some in the women's side, if not most, complaining about why are they still being underpaid compared to their male counterparts. That, of course, is the conversation that will be ongoing in as far as Minister Zizi is concerned within the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture. But, of course, in as far as the event is concerned, Aviwe Mtila will be giving us those updates as they do occur. The President awarding those national orders to various recipients.